Hello, wherever you are. God bless you so much. This is a short follow up to a message that I've just done on YouTube called Seed New Ground Win Territories for Jesus, part 5. There is a certain generation of ministers, both word and music ministers, that were introduced to the wrong idea of what ministry should look like. Let me be candid today and just say it like I see it. These characters have a very misconstrued or mispresented picture of what ministry is all about, and they have turned all their attention on what is fashionable, what is trendy, what attracts and moves crowds, what calls for attention. They love the attention, the din, the noise of crowds cheering them on. They love glamour. For them, ministry should look like a celebrity show, and they must be the celebrity character in that show. And in every episode, they must be celebrating something, winning, conquering, rising, going up in airplanes, seven-star hotels, riding in limousines, cruising in the latest car models with entourages bigger than those of presidents. Well, I'm not saying that ministry should be about poverty and misery. Don't get me wrong, but Jesus was born in a manger, not in one of the best hospitals. And the first people who visited him were shepherds from the outskirts of Bethlehem. The first music he heard was the sound of cattle and sheep, not music from a stereo. What does this tell us? The gospel is a humble calling. Even if you have the world at your beck and call, that should not be the only visible side of the gospel. The gospel shouldn't be materialized. The material part of the gospel is very clear. It should be for God, for the glory of His name. The source should be God, and the end should also be for the glory of God. But we are increasingly seeing a side of the gospel that is purely dedicated to the worship of materialism, what the Bible called mammon, which is a departure from the original foundation. And we have all accepted that view. That prosperity gospel has sold to us to an extent that even wealth that has been made in an ungodly manner is accepted in the church, and we all keep quiet and act like it is okay. And one of the greatest tragedies of the modern day Christian setup or the church is that men of God quietly accept money made through illegal means, even criminal means, knowingly, and they no longer teach the truth of what godly ordained wealth making or money making or riches should look like. Because trust me, if it is not made in a godly manner, it has no place in the coffers of heaven. The gospel should be about Christ, and it must be truthful. Cars, air trips, expensive entourages are the cheapest commodities in the kingdom. In fact, they are the lowest of the lowest. And lately, there is so much exaltation of a particular side of certain areas of the lives of men of God that create a deceptive view of what man and woman of God should look like. And it has gotten to a point where certain young upcoming gospel artists and ministers fake things. Lifestyles where they have they hire expensive staff to post for pictures and videos and put it out there, and they quote scriptures and make references to God that are not true. They are not from the heart. Isaiah 29:13 says, "These people come near me with their mouths and honor me with lips, but their hearts are far from me. Their worship of me is based on mere human rules they have been taught. Such is the tragedy of the present day church. We must teach what should not we teach what should not be taught. We emulate what should never have been emulated. We lack depth, and that is why we get swallowed up by the wind easily. The younger generation of ministers are carrying the weight of it all. Many are going astray to get these things that they are seeing and look and act the part due to pressure. Many are in ministry for all the wrong reasons, and it is killing a generation. Ministry cannot be defined by Gucci wear, designer clothes and shoes, and the latest Brazilian hair, the latest phone models, and all the things that you can think of that have replaced the original outlook of the gospel, which was established upon truth and light. First Peter chapter 3 verse 3 to 4 says, do not let your adorning be external, the braiding of your hair, the putting on of gold jewelry, or the clothing you wear, but let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart, with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious. The first church that was begun by the disciples of Jesus delighted more in prayer, sharing in the gospel, breaking of bread, meeting in the homes of the saints, helping the poor and needy, among other more noble acts, more than they delighted in meeting in five-star hotels, traveling to Malaysia. And if it was travel, it had a well-defined goal, that of spreading the gospel to those that had not been reached. And it is not that they were poor folks, because someone will see this and say, oh, she's speaking like that because she's this, she's that. No, they were not, except they held a very high value for the humility that the gospel upholds. Now, humility does not mean that you should not spend your money as you wish on the things you want to spend it on. No, rather, humility means you do it in a manner that exemplifies and protects the values that you hold. Humility means, yes, you have the things, the means, but that does not determine the direction that you decide to take. They don't erode the manner in which you represent Christ, and that Christ is not an extension of the material things. Rather, the material things are a bonus to the blessing of having and knowing Christ. They should be the extension, an exception, not the rule. That is what it means to be rooted in Christ. God bless you so much. See you next time.